Okay, this is my quick review of the Xiaomi Redmi 6 phone, which I bought for £110 from Amazon. It usually retails at £150. This is very much a budget phone from the Chinese manufacturer. So this is the bright red or orange box you get with the phone. It's not much inside the box other than the phone and a little booklet and the, of course, charger. Here's the charger. So it's basically a USB cable and a 3-point plug for UK households. Obviously the plug will depend on your area of your country and so on. So basically there's not much in the box. There's no silicone case or rubber case in the box, so you will have to buy your own case unless you just want to use it as it is. So this is the phone itself. Move that out of the way. This is the phone itself. It's actually a plastic phone rather than a metal phone, which is no surprise considering the price. So the back is plastic or polycarbonate, I suppose. It comes with 2 cameras on the back and 1 on the front. Obviously the front cameras are, I believe, let me just check my spec sheet. So the cameras on the back are 12 and 5 megapixels, and the one on the front is a 5 megapixel. In terms of picture quality, as usual with a low budget phone, it doesn't take great photos indoors. So if you're planning to take lots of photos indoors, you will be disappointed. But outside, out in the sunny conditions or bright conditions, the picture quality is very good. But it just, it's a bit iffy inside. But it does come with a little LED flash, so you can take pictures inside with the flash. Just don't expect them to be amazing quality. So it comes with 32 gigabytes of storage, so there's plenty of storage for your photos, for your videos and your apps. You can also upgrade it with a micro SD card through the little slot, which I'll show you in a minute. As you can see, there's 2 slots here on the left hand side. So it's got 32 gigs of storage. It comes with 3 gigabytes of RAM and a 2 gigabytes octa-core quad processor. So it's actually quite a quick phone. I mean, I've been quite surprised on how quick this phone is. I was expecting it to be quite slow and sluggish with the apps, but if you click on, say, Firefox, it loads up pretty quick. So you can see that loads in a few seconds onto Google's homepage. It's the same thing with most apps. You can click on, say, Google Maps, and it loads within a few seconds. Same with Photos, Google Photos, a couple of seconds and the photos have loaded. So it is surprisingly a very quick phone, and it's also, if you're after a phone which is light, it's quite light. It's not the smallest phone in the world. I think it's 5.4 inches, something like that. Not quite sure on the dimensions, but it's a fairly big phone. So you can see it fits just about in my hand. So, but it is quite a light phone because it's got a plastic back. You don't get the same weight as a metal phone, so if you want a light phone, this is a good choice. So in terms of all the apps, it runs on Android 8.1, but it comes with Xiaomi's own software, so you might find if you go to the settings, it comes with the MIUI Global 10.2 software, which is their own software. So if you're kind of used to an Android phone which just has a pure version of Android, you will come with a lot of kind of different software programs. So I have myself actually downloaded quite a lot of software programs from the Play Store to kind of use instead of the software built in. So that's just one of the kind of little drawbacks of this phone. It does come with a lot of kind of pre-installed software from the manufacturer, which it works okay, but it's not as good as kind of Google products. So, and again, I've downloaded lots and lots of apps on this phone, and they all kind of work pretty well. I haven't tried any games, or at least not any kind of intensive games on this phone, but so far all the apps are running really fast. No problem so far. The screen, you can see that's on full brightness at the present moment, so you can obviously swipe down from the top and adjust the brightness here. You can see that's quite dim for nighttime and bright for daytime. I say all the kind of Wi-Fi performance is all good. Everything so far is good. Just the picture quality indoors is probably the major downside of this phone at the present moment. So in terms of the it takes a nano SIM card, and you get this little tool in the box, just a little pin basically, which you stick into the side of the phone here. So it actually has two slots here, one for, it takes two SIMs, so you can add two SIMs, you have two SIM cards. So what the top SIM takes one SIM and a micro SD card, so I just pop that out. You can see here, just push that in, a little tray opens up, and quite a little flimsy little unit you can see here. So that takes your SIM card and a micro SD card. So that's a nano SIM card. So that just slides back in, and that clicks back into place. And the second one is just basically a nano SIM slot. So you can see here, some phones have just one slot, which take two SIM cards and a micro SD card. This for some reason has two. That's not an issue, they close away quite nicely. So I think it comes in different colours. This one's obviously black. I think you can get in a few different colours if you shop around, but this is the only model available. So for the price, for £110, I think this is a pretty good phone. At £150, you know, you can probably get better phones for £150, but considering you get 3 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage, £110 is really good. Most phones at that kind of price only have 16 gigabytes of storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM, plus a weaker processor. So in terms of performance, it's pretty fast. I'm surprised how fast it is. I thought it would be sluggish, but it's not. In comparison, I also have a another phone here, the same make, the Xiaomi Mi2 Lite, which retails at £180, so it's a £30 difference. I actually managed to buy this for £115 in the Black Friday sale a couple of months ago, and at that kind of price is a bag. And this phone is, you know, you can see from the start, it's got a metal back. The picture quality, you know, especially outdoors, is a lot better. It's not great indoors either, same as this model here. But this particular phone here runs Android 1, or a pure version of Android. It runs Android 9 Pie, but it's a pure version. There's no kind of add-ons from the manufacturer. So there's a kind of big difference in this kind of phone in terms of usability. It's a lot easier to use, purely because it comes with a pure version of Android, rather than Android and then slapped on with the manufacturer's software. But if you kind of say these are £30 apart, I say it's obviously worth an extra £30 this phone. But in terms of speed, there's nothing between them. I mean, perhaps the Mi A2 Lite is a second faster at loading apps, but this phone is very, very fast for the price. So would I recommend this phone at £110? Absolutely. If you're after a budget phone and you only have around that amount to spend, you can't go wrong with this phone. I mean, I've had this now for around 2 weeks, and I can't really complain. The only issue is that if you are used to Android, a pure version of Android, and you don't want all the add-ons with all the manufacturer add-ons, there's a bit, you know, the difference is obviously obvious between these two. I mean, this phone as well, the Mi A2 Lite has a 1080p screen, while this is 720, so you can see a slight difference in the quality, but it's not much difference. But this phone, the Redmi 6, is a fantastic phone for the price. I wouldn't pay £150 for it, because you can probably get a slightly better phone for that kind of price. But certainly at the £110, £120 mark, you can't go wrong with this phone. So I'd highly recommend it. It's a good phone, good budget phone. The battery lasts probably at least 8 to 10 hours of heavy use, and you probably get around a week and a half if you only use it half hour a day or so. So it's a really, really good phone. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.